played baseball for a long time, played for Pelham High School, graduated from there in '09. Honestly, in high school, I wasn't a very good hitter. Was blessed to get an opportunity to walk on at the University of Montevallo. After my freshman year, we hired a new coach, Chandler Rose, who really gave me an opportunity. I started learning from a lot of teammates around me and really started understanding hitting for the first time. Something I wasn't good at, so honestly, I kind of ignored it. But I realized if I ever wanted to play, it needed to be something I focused on. So I got with a bunch of guys that are good at it and started listening, started learning, and for the first time in my life, I felt like I understood what I was trying to do, and then I started having a lot of success. Started my junior, my senior year. My senior year I was a captain and played extremely well. Probably better than anyone thought I would ever play, so it was a pretty humbling experience. My wife went to Montevallo too. She ran track down there. She's originally from here. So we met because she was running track at Montevallo, and we have two little girls together. Mia is a little over 2, and Sophia is 7 weeks old today. So we got two little ones running around. If it wasn't for baseball, I don't think I ever would have met her. So that's another great blessing baseball has given into my life. From an early age, I always wanted to play. And honestly, I think I didn't realize that I wasn't good enough hitting to do that. My glove always was really good. I was pretty athletic, I ran well. I did everything well except for hit, and I wasn't very big. So those things never even came in mind. I wanted to play as long as I could. That was always the goal. And I think when I got to college, I just realized that if I wanted to play, I was gonna have to do the things I wasn't good at. So I had to get in the weight room and I had to learn how to hit. So I took it very serious. Those things became two of my top priorities, honestly. And I just worked as hard as I possibly could because I didn't want to live with any regrets. So in 2016, before we got married, I actually lost my job. Very hard thing to deal with, and especially with the unknown and my wife and me about to, embark on this journey together. She had every reason to leave, honestly. Like I wouldn't have blamed her either. But the unconditional love she showed me and believing in me and knowing that that wasn't the end of the world, that was just the beginning. She knew I didn't love that job, so for her to stick by my side and for us to start this thing together, and then we struggled a lot. There's a lot of hard days. So my wife has been incredible this whole process. And when it came time, and I was like, hey, I think I should do this baseball thing full time, 5 or 4 years later. She's like, yeah, I think so. You should have been doing that from the get-go. But, she really encouraged me to do what I'm doing now. And without her, man, I don't know where I would be. So I'm very thankful to have someone like that in my life. Man, genuinely, I wake up every day fired up to come to work. I never thought that would be the case. But the impact I'm able to have on kids' lives every day is the most meaningful thing in the world to me. So it's kind of started with my cousin who asked me, when you get done playing, it kind of feels like you've lost a longtime girlfriend or maybe a best friend or something like that. It's a hard thing to deal with. And I know that might sound weird to some people, but it's something you've done for such a long time. So I kind of stayed away from the game, and then reluctantly I came and watched my cousin play a game, and he asked me to help him. And I started helping him. It kind of got me right on the mental track I wanted to be on. Started helping a couple other guys, and it just kind of became something I became passionate about because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have anyone showing me how it was done. That's why it took me till I was 20 years old and I'm learning how to hit. So it kind of became something I was passionate about, and I decided I wanted to share it with as many people as I possibly could. So I kind of started, more hitting lessons, more and more, and we've become just a relationship-built company, if you want to say, that is trying to help kids understand their swings and teach them how to hit. So in college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I think that's pretty common. So my senior year, I would doodle names, and I wanted to do an apparel company. That's kind of what I wanted to do. And Omri means the Lord is my life in Hebrew. And after a lot of time of research and stuff, I wanted stuff like a vowel to start the name, and I wanted to be short and simple and something a little different. So Omri is what I came up with. And here we are, 7 years later. I decided to bring it back after all that time thinking about it, and that's how we're here today. Fulmer is probably one of my best friends on the planet. When this started really taking off, I needed help. I called him in Miami, and I said, hey man, I'd love for you to come up here with me and let's do this thing together. And he did, and that kind of shocked me. I never thought he'd move back to Alabama, but he's been such a blessing to us being here, man. And without him, we wouldn't be where we're at today. We've expanded 6 months after he got here, and less than a year than we started this, we've already doubled in space and size and people who walk through the door. So we're able to impact so many more people. And then Trey Santos, one of my high school teammates, really good friend of mine, was able to move back to the area too. And I told him if he ever wanted to come over here and work with us, to come, and he's here with us now too, and I couldn't be more happy to have those two guys. And they mean so much for us going forward and just impacting more lives, man, honestly. So we're located right off of Old 280. So if you were coming off of 280, we're just right down here behind the railroad tracks, next to Willpower Gym. So it's pretty easy coming off 11, you take a right and we're down right down Old 280. You could reach us on omrisports.com. If you go to facility, there's a section where it says I want lessons. You just click on that, reach out to us, and we'll be in contact with you shortly.